Every February of each year, Americans celebrate the Black History Month, which is merely recounting some of the remarkable works and accomplishments done by African Americans. To some, it is to tell their own personal story, while others still expresses their frustration to injustice and inequality. Meanwhile, some are fighting really hard to promote diversity, inclusion, and to recognize those African Americans who have made some remarkable achievement, the history that was never told or taught in school. This year, 2024, Gaza Media took its camera to the city of Huntington, West Virginia, and got some reactions.
My name is Corey Treadwell. Black History Month means all the things that they taught us in high school, forget about them, because that wasn't true. But you learn a day in your life when you go back and you really read about them. We have a lot of history, a lot of profound things that we need to take heed on. We are scientists, we are pharaohs, queens, kings, and most better, we smart people. Don't allow them to think anything different. Learn about your history.
Even at the barber shop, the gentleman who has been cutting hair since he was 16 has this to say.
The Black History Month, what does that signify to you?
My name is Curtis Rollins, and Black History Month, we made a lot that got stole from us. How about that? Yeah, but no, it means a lot to me though. Being black is a beautiful thing.
Yes. So if you wouldn't mind, how long have you been shaving?
I've been cutting since I was 16. I'm 44 now.
Since you were 16?
Yeah, since I was 16, I'm 44 now. Yeah.
And you are now a professional because I see a license on the wall.
Yes, I got my license and everything. I have my license for about 12 years now. Mm-hmm. Yes, sir.
Okay. Thank you, and I appreciate your time.
Hey, thank you.
So can you just introduce yourself and what you know about the Black History Month?
My name is Mark Kendrick Dunnigan. You can call me KD. Well, Black History Month to me means freedom. Today we are free. I no longer try to focus on the past of Black History Month, but the future of Black history. I think that is very important for us to remember where we come from, but also remember where we're going.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Back at Marshall University campus, the temperature was a bit different. A community lecture sponsored by the School of Pharmacy, Fairview Community Development Corporation, the City of Huntington Fire Department, and others, has invited Mr. John Moon, a former Freedom House EMT, retired Assistant Chief, Pittsburgh Emergency Medical Service.
Department, the Cabell County Emergency Medical Services, the Carter G. Woodson Lyceum, and I'd like to thank the bookstore for providing the books for us today. So thank you very much. And
Mr. Moon was then introduced by the Dean of School of Pharmacy, Professor Brown.
Join me in welcoming Mr. John Moon, our speaker this evening. Not quite finished. Until the 1970s, if you suffered a medical crisis, your chances of survival were minimal.
Mr. Moon recounted the history of emergency medical service in the U.S., how they took emergency medical care from the emergency room in the hospital to the van to serve the underserved community, stating that the training manual used today in all ambulance was written by his team, the Freedom House.
We were the very first paramedics in the United States. We actually wrote the book, Emergency Care in the Streets, that every paramedic in the United States was required to read in order to become a paramedic. And in doing that, in order to write that book, we had to prove that every skill, every procedure in the book you could do. So everything that paramedics do today, we did back in the 60s and early 70s. And one of the examples I like to use that I used earlier today is that right now this country is in an opioid crisis. And the drug of choice to treat it is Narcan. It's this wonder drug. Everybody uses it, and you can buy it over the counter and things like that. But what people don't realize or don't know is we administered Narcan back in 1973. We were the very first to take Narcan out of the hospital and into the streets to treat heroin overdoses.
Even know that part of history even existed, because you do this Black History once a month, but we Black anyway, we get that. But just knowing that you had such talent, such skill, such knowledge and wisdom to step out on faith and do this for your community, that's just crazy. I mean, that just blows me away. And I just want to ask you, how long has it, when did you decide that you were going to go around and start sharing this story? Because this is a better.
With a lot of excitement from the participant to learn about the history that has never been told.
What is the key takeaway message for you and for other maybe young African Americans?
Well, first of all, I would think that he's an example, and not just him, but the whole Freedom House and the EMS, the ambulance system that they set up. It's an example of don't ever count yourself out. Don't ever let somebody tell you that you can't be what you want to be or do what you want to do. But the history of what he told us is just outstanding and amazing, because it would have never been told had they not written a book, The American Sirens, and him going around from city to city, doing his presentation, which is an awesome presentation. It also has some underlying stories for communities, and how to organize and how to be successful from the grassroots. But
like he said, he's been through a whole lot of obstacles and everything, but he survived. He's determined. So like he said, he goes around them or go knock them down. That's what you got to do.
What is the impression so far?
I very much appreciate just being illuminated about another hidden piece of American history and how critical and Black contributions are to moving American society forward. I did not know anything about a Freedom House. I didn't know anything about John Moon prior to this presentation, but he is just one of many who have made important contributions locally, nationally, globally, and I'm just really glad I came.
After listening to the history and the evolution of the EMS, what is your impression so far?
There was a forgotten history that I'm almost ashamed of not knowing. It is inspirational knowing where we came from, and it is absolutely incredible that Mr. Moon's walking around telling his story to us.
When you saw the physician, she mentioned there was a lady that used to ride on the truck to go to underserved community.
His medical director, yes.
How she talked about her resilience, how she was able to work with community. Is that something that inspires you in any way?
Yes. So what I think is inspiring is that it was a woman, but it was a white woman working with a group of Black men who she obviously made a lasting impact on, and we can only strive to bring that equality to every agency in the United States.
Okay, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Yeah. As a community, Black people don't take medication seriously. They don't always understand what the doctor's giving them, or if the doctor gives them something, they feel they have to take it. They don't really understand what's going on. But I think in terms of care, we need to be more concerned about how we care for ourselves and for our people. And listening to Mr. Moon talk about the disparities that happen in Pittsburgh, they happen everywhere. When we have those same things that's happened in Huntington. When I was a little kid, I never saw the police coming to my area. We never called the police if there was a problem. Of course, so then we never called the EMS. And I don't know how many people actually walked into the emergency room. Or the other part is that, do they really trust what the doctor's saying to them, or do they feel they get the best of care? When we look at things on TV today, we see that, Black people get a margin of what other people do. The number of Black women who are pregnant and lose their babies and lose their lives is staggering to me. Why can that be happening in 2024 when we have medicine available to everybody? That should not be happening. Why is it happening? Are we not getting the proper care? Do we not trust the doctor? The doctor does not care about people in order to give them the right care.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
It is amazing to learn this part of the evolution of medicine, the training the paramedic goes through, and the services they offer to the community. And for full presentation, log on to Gaza Media YouTube channel. And thank you for watching. I'm Ernest Kumba, reporting for Gaza Media.